Hello to my Aquarius and happy new moon to you all. Happy new moon in Sagittarius. Happy new moon, Aquarius. All right. Aquarius, I have some new videos up over on the Knowledge channel for those of you all who want to know. If you haven't subscribed over there on the Knowledge channel, I will drop the link below in the description. Again, happy new moon. The new moon can make some people feel agitated or more anxious and tired, which is nature's way of syncing us with the rhythms of the moon as an act of self-care. So rest is a ritual that is often one of the most overlooked rituals. So if you can get some rest, please do get some rest. All right, get some rest. Quiet place doesn't always mean you're sleeping. It could just mean that you're just kind of resting your mind, not being distracted from, being distracted by everything else that's going on around you, if you can, in a quiet space. New moons, you can take cleansing salt baths. You can ground yourselves. Grounding yourselves could look like anything from hugging trees, going outside, taking nature walks, to just doing little things around the house. Like sometimes you have a to-do list that you haven't finished that to-do list, trying to complete those tasks while you're getting your downloads. Remember, Mercury is still retrograde, and you want to make sure you're journaling, right? Another thing you can do is reflect, write, and journal, right? You can cleanse your space. That's also a part of grounding, right? Also, you can, for those of you all who like to plant seeds in your planters, if you like growing new flowers or plants, you can start that project if you want to do that during the new moon, right? It'll help you with your patience also, so you can set intentions for the lunar cycle. All right, as you are getting downloads, let's start with an intention. All the answers that I need are inside of me. All of the answers that I need are inside of me. One of the things that I was picking up for you all, Aquarius, as not only as an air sign, water bearer, that's an upright, standing human with a water bearer, you're sharing your knowledge and information with the world. It's important to, as you're learning and you're growing yourself, make sure as you're sharing wisdom and knowledge to so one of the things I do, let me just say, because I can't tell people what to do, is share knowledge. Each one teach one. Share knowledge as you gain knowledge. And Mercury retrograde is a great time to learn new things, right? And this is the third time this year that Mercury would have gone retrograde, right? There's a lot of people who practice dark arts, dark magic. I don't practice that on my channel, but I will teach you about it, to what to look for. Somebody's back is against the wall. Here we have the Four of Cups. Someone's back is against the wall right now. This is the current situation because somebody felt like something was their way or the highway. You have a family member who poured out jealousy towards you, and it poured out to everybody connected to you. This family poured out all this because of, see all these colors here. Remember, if you have been tapped into my my knowledge channel, I just uploaded a video about candle colors, right? So candles have their own frequency, own vibration, right? So you may want to go check it out on the knowledge channel there. But somebody felt like their back was against the wall, like in terms of just their creativity, right? And people, I guess, somehow bragging about you and your creativity and it almost feeling like, okay, well, why didn't I get that gift? Why didn't I get that gift? Why didn't, instead of them tapping in, they tapped out, right? Instead of tapping in, they tapped out. And so at this point, they could make you feel like your back is against the wall. Somebody has a loved one that did something to a family member, of yours, whether it was your child, a parent, somebody that they did something to, because they decided to go to the dark side of things. I don't practice that at all, but I recognize when people are doing dark magic, and I try to stay as far away from them as possible. One of the things that one of your relatives did, I'm looking at this tree here, right? Looking at this tree here in the background, and I'm looking at these bowls here, is that you may have invited them to your home. This is why one of the questions people ask, who all is going to be over there? And it's the holiday season. And this is why some people do not invite people back, right? This is not your entire family, just so we're crystal clear. It's just some of them, right? You invited some people into your home that was very, very much into the dark arts, dark magic, right? So here you are, tree possibly in your front yard, plush green grass, you know, home looking nice, and people are looking to mirror that same energy, right? Assuming something, but they want it fast, right? Like fast, right? Okay, how is it that we're all, you know, how is this family member getting all of this, right? So your creativity as a very innovative sign could have meant, let's say you were in the military, you had certificates to buy home or buy multiple unit properties or those kind of things. But anyway, you put in your time to get these things legitimately, legally, right? Or let's say you worked and you saved up a lot of money. Let's say you're frugal Fred or frugal Fanny, right? You could be a very frugal person. You could be a homebody. You could literally be a person. You could have water as your moon, Cancer. Somebody could be a Cancer moon, right? I say that because Cancer rules fourth house, right? And I'm looking at the number 4. And when it comes to family members, your back could literally be up against a wall. Like you could really pour out to these people, some of these people, pour out to them, and they will still do something to hurt you. So said, a new moon in Sagittarius, you're feeling not only lucky, like for what's on the horizon, you're also feeling lucky that you're getting downloads and messages as well. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of growth, opportunity. It's the largest planet. You know, its main feature is great red spot, a vast storm reminiscent of thunderbolts, Zeus, right? And Jupiter is a lawgiver, you know, but it's also it's a charitable one. It's an alternative name for jovial, right? For jovial, right? So good fortune, blessings, enthusiasm, zest for life, opportunities, abundance, horizon, possibilities, all those things, confidence, hubris, adventure, ethics, morals, all of those, right? So when you invite people to your home, you expect for them to contain themselves, right? We're talking about water, putting water in a container, right? See this spilling out right here? One of the things that some people do in some cultures is spit on the ground, right? But right before they do it, they may curse, right? Curse. That's a hex, like putting a hex on somebody, right? That could work one way or the other, right? And that's just nasty, period, to just do that, because you could just put that in a napkin, you know, somewhere else. But to do that to someone's home, somebody's back is now up against the wall, and it's not yours. Because when you feel like your back is against the wall, you tap in. Now you got 4 family members that's sitting in total regret that they did not see how much of a loose cannon somebody was in your family. I'm talking about a complete loose cannon. They could not see it. They didn't see that something has gone way too far, because now everybody's like, oh my God, we had no idea they did this. We knew they were doing. So your back is not against the wall, because like everything else, you tap into source. You're letting source handle it. You're letting source take it. You're going to a higher frequency, right? And so what's Aquarius's challenge here? So something all over the world. They're getting their karma right now. This is a family member that's getting this. All 4 of them are getting their karma right now, and it's hitting them in every 4 corners. So if they're an air sign, it's hitting them where it hurts. If it's a water sign, it's hitting them where it hurts most. If it's where it's blocking a flow of whatever they want to flow to them. If it's an air sign, it's cut off. They're cut off. That sword has come out. If it's if it's earth, something is already buried, right? So meaning there's something, the growth of something, it's not growing, right? If it's fire, it's already gone, right? It's already gone because of what they did. They said something to someone to push their back up against the wall to try to get back at you in some way, shape, form, or fashion, Aquarius. And that karma is hitting them on all four sides. So all the answers that you need are inside of you. These family members have completely lost their mind. They have completely lost their mind. They did something to either you, probably you or your child, or children, if you have children, something that they did, dark arts, dark magic, because they wanted fast. They wanted fast money, fast love, fast this, fast that. They wanted something to happen fast. When you worked really hard for what you got and really had to wait. So the distant past is this, distant past. Yeah, you may not have been paying attention in the past, but you're paying attention right now. Mercury is a great time to learn. Right? 4 of Cups, and so the flow of their money has stopped. The flow of their money has ended. This family member who is felt like something was their way or the highway. Not only this, somebody wanted to mirror your life so bad. They looked at every aspect of your life. Who were you dating? Like what? They literally copied every aspect. You had a doppelganger. You had a copycat energy. They wanted to copy who you were married to, the house you lived in or live in, or whoever. They wanted to be married to your person. You see what kind of mental illness we're dealing with here? This is somebody's family member who did this, and the rest of the family sat back and saw all of this and did nothing. This is what, and now you're paying attention. Now you're really, really paying attention to how people can do little things to show you how much they just despise themselves, and they really want to, they really want your life. They really, really want your life, right? All the answers that you need are inside of you. All the answers that you need are inside of you. So the recent past here, you got money coming to you, by the way, right? Recent past, heartbroken. This is, that was the recent past, right? So you've talked about your heartbreak to people, right? It's like for some of you all, whoever you are, and this is a general reading. So if you're interested in a personal reading, you know how to get in contact with me, queenammonra.com. I'll put it in the description, that information in the description. And go check out the second channel. Go check it out, the knowledge channel. Every time it looked like you were mending something from a surgery, from some kind of heartbreak. It could have literally been from anything, because 3 of Swords could mean you could be mending from a surgery. You literally could have just had a baby, could have been sewn up somewhere, right? You could have had a, any kind of surgery, foot surgery, stitches somewhere, or suture somewhere. It's like every time something happened, here comes somebody that you love doing something to crack and break your heart again. I mean, just stupidity. And this right here, these ravens right here, you may have been seeing these recently. Yeah, because it's hitting them on every side it's literally hitting them on every single thing. It's hitting them, and they're seeing it. It's like they couldn't believe something until they saw it themselves. That's why I keep trying to tell people, you can practice dark magic if you want to, and you can brag about that mess if you want to, but the way that it comes back and it hits you, you be sitting there looking like, oh my God. First it seems like it's fun for some people, but do not practice that mess. Don't practice that dark magic mess. Somebody's family members took one good look at your life and just thought your life was just peaches and cream. And some of it could have been, for some of you all, it could have been like that. But they decide they want to go to the dark side of things. And for some of you all, had you not started watching tarot, maybe it was during COVID and you said, okay, I'm sitting at home, I got nothing else to do, let me start seeing what's, like you were flipping through channels on the television, but you start looking at YouTube and start saying, oh, what's this? Okay, oh, well, what's that? Right? And really started paying attention, because some of the stuff that you were hearing was heartbreaking. Some of you all invited people to your home, and I know this because I'm looking at the tree in the background here, and you poured out to people this 4 cups. You're So, and what they did to someone caused them depression, caused somebody depression. And now the reason why people are so heartbroken over what they heard, this is somebody's mother who did this actually. Somebody's mother is now like, oh my God, now I'm hearing something and I'm just seeing how now they got to replay in their mind because they didn't pay attention. Remember, they didn't pay attention to what was going on, right? All they're looking at is 4 and 6 is 10. This is instant manifestation, right? Somebody's telling them, hey, we can pay you for something. That's all they heard. We can pay you for something. So somebody could have been in a money crisis or something like that. But here you are with that's all somebody heard was, we can pay you for something. They didn't hear anything else. And now you talking about it, people are heartbroken. You know why? Because people's careers are at risk. These people are in trouble. These people are in trouble. Start paying attention to these family members that you invite over to your home. They don't know what goes on behind closed doors. All they're looking at is an outer shell of what's going on. All they're looking at is a nice home, rooms, clean house, because you worked really, really hard to have peace in your home. And they're spitting literally out of their mouth and saying a curse before it to try to curse and try to ruin what you have going on. They overstepped the boundary with somebody's child. They overstepped somebody's boundary. Because this is somebody's mother. This is somebody's mother who did this. Now they sitting somewhere with their back against the wall because they got to now tell how this person copied and mirrored every little thing that you did, and they got paid for it. No dark magic, y'all. No dark magic. What are your strengths? What is Aquarius' strengths? Yeah. Your strength is that you get your messages through your nightmares. You're getting your messages through your nightmares, and they're getting downloads. See these ravens right here? You may have seen them if you've been out. When you learn that people are into dark magic, get some books, go to the library, check them out for free. For free. I can't reiterate that enough on my channel. That is how people learn. This is not third party, and it's not your way or the highway. If you're teaching something, say, encourage people. Hey, go check it out for yourself. I'm just telling you what I've seen. This person did this, and this is what this means. Encourage people to go and check those things out. Because apparently you had people in your family that wasn't saying a thing. Was not saying one thing. They just sitting back, letting stuff happen because they was getting paid. They were getting paid. They were getting their palms greased. So they won't be getting them greased anymore because you're speaking up about it. So somebody may have been diagnosed with some kind of mental illness, maybe your spouse or your child or something, because somebody just wanted to get paid. Somebody's mother just wanted to get a payment out of something. Y'all better start paying attention. I'm talking to men and women Aquarius. Men, even if you have a wife or a partner, this is not something where you just turn your brains off because you're a man and you go, okay, well, I'll let her handle that. You can do that if you want to. Don't. Okay? Wake up. Men are just as intuitive as women. If you start noticing that somebody's coming out the house and they don't look like they looked before, you have a sixth sense. Where you think you got it from? You inherited that sixth sense. It's a gift, men. Okay, wake up. You inherited from somebody. And so, yeah, you're going to be their worst nightmare. I'm telling you, you're going to be their worst nightmare to diagnose somebody with something crazy, you know, after some stuff that your family did. They wanted to get involved with somebody else. Somebody has a loved one that wanted to mirror your relationship. Somebody in your family, they're a Virgo. Somebody in your family mirrored your relationship, wanted to mirror your relationship, right? And they paid very close attention to listening to who was heartbroken, who was burdened, who was this and that, all of that. With all of that going on, all they could see was money. That's all they could see. So they pushed somebody's back against the wall to do something until somebody was tapped out. This 9 right here is death. That's why when you look at certain loved ones, they don't seem their self anymore. They seem like they have just literally ascended to another place, like they've just checked out. Y'all hearing a lot about this stuff on social media, but you need to pay attention in your own family. Did they smoke something? Did they drink something? Did somebody do something to them that caused them to just like their mind is gone? Because they just looking for a paycheck. They're looking for a check. Get your kids away from certain family members who are jealous. I just posted how to look for jealousy, how to pay attention to jealousy on my second channel, on the Knowledge channel. Y'all need to go watch it. I need to go watch it. Because the nightmare, return to sender. And I'm saying this so you all can move on, because it's a return to sender. They're going through a nightmare. They're going through hell right now because you finally spoke up. That is why I teach the way I teach on my channel. Y'all want to come on the channel and find out if your boyfriend or girlfriend is coming back. This may not be the channel for you, for real. I'm trying to help you all. Like, some of these are your kids, where your family members are looking at your house oohing and ahhing because you got 12, 13 bedrooms. Or you could just live in a studio apartment that you keep really clean, and you could be hardworking 8 hours a day and don't have any stress, not bothering nobody, no nothing. And they looking at you in your studio like, oh, I wish I had that, trying to do a destiny swap, listening to these heartbreaking stories and still doing stuff. Somebody hooked up with somebody's ex to create a complete nightmare for you. Copy literally everything. But they're going through it now. And I know that because this card right here is Saturn. They waited right until you had a Saturn return, meaning that you had a major life change. You had, they asked for a power of attorney. They pushed this person's back to. So when you got loved ones, your kids calling you asking for a power of attorney, can you just sign over power of attorney? My son did that one time before. I was like, okay, these people playing game. Play if you want to. I wish certain people would. Play if you want to. And you're going to see another person come out. You're going to see a whole different, because I'm not playing. I'm not playing at all. I'm not giving anybody power of attorney over anything. So when your kids feel like their back is against the wall for something, your family has something to do with this. Your family has something to do with it. Either it's your family by blood, because they sat there and didn't know what was going on. They heard that you was depressed, didn't call you and ask you anything. Or it's the other side of the family, if you have kids, asking for a power of attorney. Do not be brainless and sign over something and you fully clear-headed and clear-minded. Something was all about money. It looked like you had too much money coming in. And they created a nightmare for somebody because they wanted money. So I'm teaching you all how to contain yourself and really land on the light side of things, because you don't want to do a destiny swap, because these people are mentally out there. All they can see is money. That's their love language, is money. And they'll literally zombify out for it. Don't you do it. Okay? Don't you do it. All the answers that you need are inside of you. An immediate return to sender has been sent back. These family members are going through a freaking nightmare right now. And they're swearing up and down that you practice some kind of dark magic. You don't need to. I keep trying to tell y'all, karma can do a much better job. You can sit there, you can play all kinds of dark magic games all you want to, but nothing hits like karma. Keep it high vibrational. Once you see certain family members doing certain things at your house, don't sit there smiling like you can't, well, you know, I'm just trying to inspire people that if I can do it, so can they. Okay, so can they from over there. Okay, they not invited to your home anymore. You need to make it crystal clear. What about the near future for my Aquarius source? What about the near future for my Aquarius? You want to keep your home a safe space for other people to come in and out of your home? You better pay attention who's into dark magic. Yeah, you're getting a message loud and clear now. You're getting a message loud and clear. Somebody had a first impression of you. The Magician card, this is Mercury, by the way, which is currently retrograde until the end of this month. Mercury is retrograde, I want to say, until the 29th of November, just in case, for just FYI. Please slow down and catch the messages. Take yourselves to the library and look up certain things. What does it mean when people do this? What does it mean? And it's not for you to get paranoid. It's for you to become educated, okay? Don't just take my word for it. Because what these energies are hoping that you'll do is that you snap, lose it, and go off, right? Destiny swap. You're not doing that. You're giving it to a higher power. You're giving it to a higher power. People can think that you're soft, that you're a wimp, that you're this, then don't ever be. You're too old for peer pressure. Okay, let me just say that. Okay, you're not some teenager where you don't know any better. That's a spiritual crime. You're not trying to commit spiritual crimes. They paid for something to have somebody declared as something's wrong with them. Go to the library and look up some books. So if somebody's well, this person doing this, or this person talking crazy, they seem like they need their head examined. You got a book to prove it. This is where I learned it. This is where I learned it. And it's sitting out in these major, it's like sitting out in these major stores, because there's more books like that written on it. So yeah, learn it. Whether it's your culture or not, get out there and learn it. learn it. Because some people do believe in that kind of thing. If somebody tells you long enough that you're not smart enough, you'll start believing, okay, you're not smart enough. And somebody tells you, hey, you'll never amount to anything long enough, you really start to believe it. You know what's the perfect example of this? If y'all ever watched the movie The 5 Heartbeats, where the son finally makes it to like the music industry, right? And he's with the 5 Heartbeats. And he's all excited. He runs home and he tells his dad, he said, I made it, something like that. I'm sort of paraphrasing. Y'all need to watch the movie yourself. And his father was like, well, I'm not ish, and you're never going to be ish either. It was literally like somebody stuck a pin in his, in his air. Like you could just tell he was just defeated, and things just kept up and down for him. Just like he just wanted somebody to say, I'm proud of you, I'm happy for you, I'm this and that. And these people, they looking for a reason. All they saw, somebody was jealous of you. You got 4 energies out here jealous. Seeing what kind of house you living in, seeing what kind of money you doing. They mirroring stuff. And then decided they wanted to step over that boundary. They want you to be mad and they want you to get angry. Well, I mean, that would be an emotion. That's a normal emotion. But they want a destiny swap. You're not going to give them that destiny swap. Let karma handle something. Let it handle and let it be served cold. It has nothing to do with you. Keep your hands clean. These are family members who would do stuff like, have your elderly parents declared as you know, something's wrong with them, and their brains are working just fine, but they playing all these stupid games. They gaslighting them, like putting their keys one place, and then your parent, if you have elderly parents, they'll put their keys someplace, and knowing that they coming in the house and doing that kind of stuff, putting their keys one place, and then, you know, the elderly parent may say, okay, I know I usually leave my keys right here. Well, no, well, let me help you look for it. I had an ex to try to do that stuff to me. I was like, okay, you out of here. You can go play with somebody else. I'm not the one. I had an ex one time who put my car keys up under something, and I was just like, okay, I know, you know how sometimes you're moving around so fast, and I know for a fact I actually put my car keys somewhere, and I said, okay, it was where they hid it. Like they hid it somewhere where the keys would not normally be. If y'all get what I'm saying, right? It would be like equivalent to, and this is not the place where they hid it. It would be equivalent to you usually putting your keys on a countertop, and then you happen to be outside and you find your keys like in the base of a flower pot. Who in the world would put, y'all get my point? That kind of stuff. They do that kind of mess. And this is somebody's family playing these stupid games. I'm telling y'all, all for a check, all for money. Better get these people out of your energy. Get these people out of your energy. Start documenting that kind of stuff, because you're like, because it becomes so bold, almost like, it's not like somebody would like take your keys and say, okay, you usually put them on the countertop and then you find them in the drawer. That's not unusual. That's not odd. It's like, okay, you know what, maybe you was moving around so fast, but it'd be putting in a place that you wouldn't usually look, where you just completely, like, you wouldn't even think about looking, like in a flower pot, the base of a flower. Who is going to put their keys in a base of a flower? Child. I mean, and that's, like I said, just an example, but y'all getting the message of what I'm saying. So they try to do the same thing to a loved one, to have them declared as, you know, because they could have been having nightmares. They could have been having nightmares. Things floating through the air, smells and stuff like that. Y'all be surprised. Listen. They try to cover all four bases, right? So some people don't believe in astral projection. Go read up on it. I think I'll put a whole lot of new information over on my knowledge channel, so that y'all can go, and I'm going to encourage you to go look at it yourself. Don't just take my word or somebody else's word. All the answers that you need are inside of you. I'm telling you all, all the answers that you need are inside of you. This is somebody who wanted to mirror your lifestyle with a bonehead person, whoever they're in a relationship with. Just craziness, just absolute craziness, all four of them. But their back is against the wall, because you did not sign off on something, and people listening to it are just like, they cannot believe what they're even hearing with all the stuff that you've gone through, right? So yeah. Life for a lot of people are good. This is why I tell people, now, like, keep certain things off of social media. Keep certain things off of social media. Like, I just happen to love my life now. But when you're in a relationship with somebody who plays little stupid games, that's where you need to cut it off the first time. Like, that's where you need to, you need to make them aware of something. Like, okay, you playing these little silly games? Got it. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Okay. You don't play stupid games like that. You don't play mental health games with people. You don't play that kind of stuff with people. Somebody that you say that you love, and somebody that you try to create something with, right? You could have created a life with them. You could have created a child with them, because something is starting to show that it's common. It's something you have in common with the relationships that you've been, the people that you've been with. You're starting to see it's something in common with these energies. Start paying attention to your exes. See what you have in common. They could all look totally different. But do they like to play these mind games? Especially when it comes to like your work schedule. We talk about your 6th house here. Your work schedule, your health and your wellness, mental health, physical health. Do they like to play these little stupid mind games and tell people that you're the one that's depressed when they play these silly mind games? Start recording some of those conversations with these people and take it to a therapist. Let a therapist listen to it. Just let a therapist listen to it. Sit down and let a therapist listen to some of the stuff that they're saying. Because if you had to go by your family, if somebody is a master manipulator, and if your family had to go by just something that your ex was saying about somebody, whoever your ex is, or exes, or whomever, they would think that if something was wrong with you. The first problem is that they would even be on your ex's side. That's the first problem. That's the first problem. That would be the heartbreaking point. They would even be on your ex's side. That's the first issue right there. Knowing that your ex played these little stupid mind games. Knowing that you've told them about the stuff that your ex is doing. Go to the library and get some books, y'all. Go learn it. Influences on you. Yeah, somebody was overwhelmed. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 12th house. This rules 12th house. Yep, rules 12th house. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 12th house, so you can put an end to any speculation whatsoever. So there's no gray area whatsoever. If your family members are aligning themselves with exes that you have told them out of your mouth, they practice, their family and them, they practice dark magic. They're into the dark arts. They play these little silly mental health mind games, and your family is still communicating with them. Not only do they need to be cut off because they've overstepped the boundary, your boundary, right? You're not. This is not let's all get together and let's work together. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't be an ex. Where was all the working together, right? So keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. Again, Mercury is a great time. That's why this card Mercury came out. Somebody does not want to break a link with you. Remember 8. This looks like an 8 when you turn it to the side, right? We'll turn it upright. 8, Scorpio rules 8th house, right? So 8th house is the house of intimacy and shared possessions, right? So somebody was able to, somebody's ex started talking about you're depressed. They overstepped so many boundaries, it's not even funny. And the fact that somebody's family is even involved, they overstepped boundaries, somebody's mother. And they've done so much stuff. It's time for you all to pay attention. For real, it's time for you all to pay attention, because now you're hearing some stuff that sounds like carbon copy of some things that have caused you nightmares. That's caused you nightmares. They've overstepped boundaries with 4 family members. This is someone's ex. This is somebody's overstepped boundaries with 4 family members, trying to copy your lifestyle. But the last one they did something to, it's going to take everything you have not to black out, right? And I'm trying to encourage you on this channel. To stay focused, keep your vibrations high. Because they actually work with a family to do something. They work with a family to do something, to cause you nightmares and to cause someone else nightmares. And you picked up on it in your dream state, how overwhelmed someone was. But look at least 4 of your exes. They could be ex-friends, ex-colleagues, ex-love interests, ex-whomever, ex who's no longer in your circle, and see what they have in common. Are they green? You see this color, these colors out? Green with envy. Does your success Did your success overwhelm them? Pay attention. If you're in a relationship with some, and if their family came over to your house and their family members are like, oh, y'all don't need all this house. They looking at your house like they can just move on in. And this kind, pay attention, y'all. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Unless you say it's okay. I'm not above letting family members move in if they need help. But certain family members, y'all getting ready to start paying attention. Y'all gonna start really, really paying attention. Because somebody got with 4 energies. You got an ex that got with 4 energies. That number 4 stands out so strong for a lot of you all. But you're going to start paying attention to who is copying every little thing that you were doing. And this is what's overwhelming for somebody. You got a Pisces in your family. This is Pisces. Who that was overwhelming because somebody has a copycat spirit. Not necessarily the Pisces, but it could be a Virgo that has a copycat. Well, it could be a Pisces and a Virgo that has a copycat spirit in your family, right? And somebody was so overwhelmed by something. As far as you're concerned with your psychic gifts, this is what I'm saying. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 12th house and start communicating the best way that you know how to communicate. If it is an air sign, start talking about it. Start teaching people, encouraging people to get structured when it comes to their emotions, right? Not spilling water all over the place, just being like, okay, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. Okay, yeah, you could be. That's what therapy is for, right? Or whatever. I'm not telling anybody whether you should go or not go, but get structured and authoritative in your communication skills. That's what we're talking about here. Get structured and authoritative in your communication. Because somebody felt like their back was pressed up against the wall. Like certain other people came to your house and looking at your house, oohing and ahhing. And I don't know where you all live. I have no idea where you all live, right? So, yeah, but you just put an end to something. That's why this moon card came out. You put an end to something because your gifts are overwhelming. Just the message all into itself is overwhelming. I'm sending everybody lots of love and light. And speaking of light, wherever you live, there are a lot of light shows during the holidays. I don't know whether people celebrate or not. There's a lot of light shows. People are decorating their houses. I mean, like, are looking like the Griswolds. For real. If y'all remember those movies, houses are looking really nice. But you have some copycats out here. But they're going through a nightmare now. The same nightmare that they put you and some other people through. They're going through a nightmare right now. External and environmental influences. Yeah, you kept it high vibrational. That's what I'm talking about. Put the emotions to the side. Keep it high vibrational. Try not to get overwhelmed. Get structured in your thinking process. Go and get some books. I'm telling y'all, that's the best way I can help y'all. Is for real. Is go learn for yourself. Because that's how information gets twisted and mixed up, because you heard something from somebody else and you aren't sure exactly. It's like the game telephone that kids play. The teacher sit at the beginning of a circle, right? And she'll put a word. The teacher will say, okay, whisper in one kid's ear. She may say blueberry. By the time it gets back around the circle, it turned into telephone. It's a totally different word, right? So somebody did something during your Saturn return. Saturn return is a major life change. You could have had a hyphenated last name because you could have gotten married. You could have a new baby boy, a new baby girl in your family. Those would be a major life change because maybe it's the first boy or first girl. Maybe you have an only child. Maybe you have one daughter, one son. Each their experiences have been different. And somebody played on a family member's, somebody played on your mother. Somebody played on your mother's mental health because your mother was going through some nightmares, like trying to wake up from some nightmares herself. And they had a field day. So they overstepped some boundaries in a whole lot of ways. looking at work schedules, paying attention to this, paying attention to that, wanting your life. So when your back is against the wall, don't tap out, black out, get ready to snap and go off on somebody. Nope, I'm telling y'all, let karma handle it. If you've ever seen karma work, like really see it up close and personal, Source is going to show them in a physical sense, because it's stopping everything. It's stopping, or it's literally blocking every. They felt like they wanted to abuse their power and their authority. So you're talking about some people who have the education to do this, right? And abusing, and I'm saying this because of 4, the number 4, right? They wanted to block everything they could try to block, to drive somebody crazy, right? They played on somebody's mother's mental health, right? So if your mom is not still alive, it could be a mother in your family. It could be somebody that's close, like an aunt, or somebody that you would be concerned about their mental health, and you'd be like, no. You trying to get them in a place that's structured, and like you would take some control over a situation so that they wouldn't be taken advantage of. So no, you putting an end to it because you're too high vibrational for this craziness. What about the hopes and fears? What about hopes and fears? Somebody tried to claim that you, so let's say this was your adult kid. Let's say you got 3 kids, it's you, or let's just say you got 2, maybe 3, because I'm looking at the number 4, right? Let's say you got several kids, and they try to say, okay, your kids, or at least one of them, because we can see one right here. Something is mentally unstable, right? Something is wrong. But you've been declared as you're not. You're fine. You're just fine. Something about something that you do is you're fine. I mean, people are real clear that it's not you, right? It's not you. They're real clear about it because people had to go do some digging, right? Because people at first just didn't know what to believe, but people had to go digging because these people have positions and they're able to look at records and files and this and that and know people, pick up a phone. But where was all of this connection and help when you were overwhelmed? This is when you could have had a child in your womb. Where were all these secret organizations when they could have secretly helped you with something? Where was all of this? They knew the secret to this and knew the secret to that. Where was all of this knowledge when they could have helped you? That is why you want to take yourself to a library and go read for yourself and stop listening to hearsay. If you just listen to whether it's here on this channel, hey, listen, go look it up yourself. Go look it up yourself. Some people go straight to the dark arts. Hopes and fears, yeah. So someone is of a lot of value to you, but it's also a lot of value to them. You're not backing down. You're not backing down. I'm telling y'all, you don't fight darkness with darkness. You expose it in the light. It's already exposed. Somebody was exposed. Somebody is exposed. Somebody's mother got exposed in your dreams. Because their child was too overwhelmed. Yep. You had a dream about somebody. Somebody's mother was exposed. They had no choice but to come out and just be like, okay. You like, okay, why are you having a dream about this person's mother? Somebody's mother is a Capricorn. I know that because the number 4. 4 of Pentacles is Capricorn. So you're putting an end to it. You're putting an end to it. Yep. Exposed. Yep, that's the outcome. They're exposed because they refuse to do their shadow work. They refuse to do their shadow work. And let's add some more context to this. You're dealing with a mother who doesn't want her family separated, but wants everybody else's family separated so that she can practice dark moon magic on them. And will pay people to do it. And have access to people all over the world. So you're dealing with somebody who is very wealthy. But they met the right one. They met their match. Because watch how their karma comes back. There'll be nothing they can do to stop it. And you won't have to lift a finger or say anything dark. It's their karma coming back to them. You are extraordinary. Yep. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. Their child is already sitting, so both of their kids are sitting somewhere overwhelmed. One was doing something in the dark, one was doing something out in the open. But they're overwhelmed. Yep, they are overwhelmed. When you have a mother who has no problem separating people from their kids, but don't want their kids separated, you need to stay as far away from that type of a mother as humanly possible. Because you're dealing with some dark, dark mess. Love up on yourself more. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Your peace is paramount. Your laughter is medicine. You are who they prayed for. You have a whole new attitude. See, you know, that's why when women are praying for good husbands, right? When women are praying for good husbands, you know, you want to make sure they're nurtured, so you're not having to raise them as a wife. Like if your desire is to be a wife, you don't want to raise, you don't want the place of somebody's mother. It's not a competition. Their mother's not going anywhere. Their mother's never going anywhere. Their mother, whether they're on this plane or another plane, you know, it literally could be like a Ruth and Naomi situation where you would say, you know, I learned a lot from this person. I really, really learned a lot from this person. Like I watched how my own mother honored her, you know, her mother-in-law, right? Those kind of things get passed down. But you got some mothers out here that don't have a problem separating kids from there. And then like your wish, whoever you are as a parent, whether you're a mom or dad, is you want to make sure you equip your kids with everything that they need so that they're not a bad husband or wife out here. They're productive out here. And somebody felt like they wanted to just okay, we can just declare this person, we can get paid, but it's a whole engine that's behind it, a whole connection, a whole circle of energies that wanted to keep you out of something. You ain't getting kept out of nothing when it comes to your child, or when it comes to your family. So somebody felt like, okay, they were going to push your back up against the wall and see how you were going to handle it. You're going to let karma do it. You're protected by angels. Pray for them. So don't forget that rest is a form of self-care. It's a whole new you. So your new home awaits. Your new home awaits. You're not into dark magic. Not tuned into this channel. Nope. New love awaits. They had no choice but to expose themselves because their family is so overwhelmed by your gifts and your compassion towards people, you know, towards family in general. Like, who wouldn't want a good husband or good wife? You don't want somebody to keep running back home. You don't want a woman to keep running back home to her father because, or a daughter or a son keep running back home to his mom, you know, because he wants his wife or somebody to raise him, or all that. Listen, somebody had no choice but to be exposed. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Somebody, only thing they prove to do is to show just how cold they are. Somebody could be dealing with, just to show how cold they are. But you peeped something a long time ago with this energy. Whoever this mother is, who has access to resources, a lot of resources, you peeped something about her a long time ago. Somebody's trying to live vicariously through somebody else. And you saw it. So time to ground yourself. You can always tell those types of mothers or fathers, in this case, mothers or fathers, who want to live vicariously through their kids. So at what age did your parents work on their shadow self, and what age did you work on your shadow self? Yeah, you know those type. Somebody misses you. They feel like somebody robbed them of something. They didn't get a chance to live out their dreams. As long as you're still breathing. Y'all remember the movie Black Panthers with the actress who she became famous at 88 years old, right? If y'all remember the movie Black Panther, she was very pretty woman in the movie, and her career, you know, took off, you know, from there. But somebody was living vicariously through their own child, and that's a curse. That is a curse. It returned to sender. They're going through a nightmare right now. They can't believe how powerful your gifts are and want you to join a circle. A circle of what? Chaos and confusion? No, thank you. You just cut from a different cloth, whoever you are. You genuinely are compassionate towards people. That's not even a joke. That's like, you know, you're not mirroring that. This is a type of I described it on my other channel, like a stage parent. This is a stage parent, because I'm looking at water, a copycat. Yeah, you expose their shadow. There are some parents who will sit down and say, you know what, your child wants an opportunity at something that you may have already done, right? Your child wants an opportunity at something that you may have already done. You got the pictures to show for it. You got the this and that. And so for that, because you know certain things, and I heard somebody in sports say this. When your kids go into something that you may have already had, you may have already walked that path before them, you be their greatest supporter. You be their greatest supporter, right? But if you still, you know, whatever happened to Baby Jane energy, you know, you still trying to live vicariously through, you still trying to dress like, you know, this person, you trying to be this person, you can't even focus on something but it's a secret competition. It really is a secret competition. Somebody need to go sit down somewhere and get their head examined, but it's not you. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with somebody who wants to live vicariously through. And you have nothing but compassion for them because you get it, but you're still breathing. That's what you got 10th house for. Go and find out what your purpose is on planet Earth. What is your purpose on planet Earth? Somebody could have felt like I served everybody else, and now, so what else am I supposed to do? So I'm going to just go be a copycat. No, you're not going to go just be a copycat. You have a purpose. That's why I encourage people to pull birth charts. So new moon in Sagittarius, it should be full of nurture and enjoyment. So take a break and be grateful for all joys and lessons, all the huge changes that have occurred for you all. And so it makes us focus clearer, right? And a new moon in Sagittarius marks a great expansion of our minds, magical connections with human and spirit guides, also possibility of waking up to a very different existence, right? So try to imagine your life in a few years. Visualize where you would live as specifically as possible. That's why people make vision boards, this kind of thing. How you would work, who you would spend your time with, and most important, really feel it. And also feel the joy of living life on your own truth, empowered and nourished and giving and receiving. Yeah. If I was in a career where I felt like, okay, you know what, I've done everything I wanted to do in that career, and hey, and somebody else wanted to follow in my footsteps, I'd be like, yeah, look out for this, look out for that. Like, if I have any connections that could help you, yeah, I'm sure. No respecter of person. Somebody was trying to bring out your shadow self so that they could do a destiny swap, so they could determine, okay, this person, they really are depressed. Depressed for what? You're not the stage parent. Here we have deepening. Once you're on Earth for enough lifetimes, like I said, you're dealing with an Earth sign. They're into dark magic. Right? Your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God, right? They bring the peace of God. Yeah, you expose their secrets. Like I mentioned before, you could have had a parent that played light and you played dark. We're not talking about complexion. Like, played the light side of things, played the dark side of things, and said, okay, well, our back is against the wall. We're going to declare this person, depressed. You're highly gifted. Somebody is highly gifted and talented, right? And so you're not playing that generational silly game. If somebody did that to you and you weren't aware of it, right? But if somebody tried to do that to your child, you better be aware of it, and you better be wide awake. Wide awake. That generationally, they not getting away with that mess. Yeah, so energetic clearing. During crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachment, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. Yep. Yep. If you have a platform and you've ever seen that kind of stuff before, share it. Share it. Somebody thought that, okay, this person, they tried this, that didn't work out. They tried that didn't work out. They tried this, that didn't work out. They talking about you, Aquarius, just so we're clear. They tried that didn't work out either. Okay, maybe they just depressed. No, maybe they would be depressed. Maybe they would be depressed. Not you. Not you at all. Nope, you're not tapped out. You're tapped in, fully tapped into source. That's how you were able to find out what organizations they belong to. That's how tapped in you are. You found out exactly what they were into. Depressed? Nah. Disappointed, maybe, that they would do they were into some kind of dark magic. Now you're starting to recognize the stuff. Go back and look through some of y'all pictures and look at some of the stuff that some of them wrote on your cards. Look at some of the hand gestures that and we're not talking about overall organizations, because everybody in organizations are not bad, right? They're not practicing dark magic. They will learn at their own pace. But that's what somebody's family was trying to say, was somebody was depressed because somebody was a stage parent, right? Trying to live vicariously through somebody else. So here we have heart chakra. Hand out compliments like candy. Yeah. And these are people that you've complimented. You continue to compliment. You complimented on their looks, on their gifts and talents, on this and that, but you're not playing the mental health game. So hopefully this is helpful for someone. Hopefully this is helpful for someone, right? Hopefully this is helpful. So, you got a lot of good things coming to you. Owl. Yeah, you have full working knowledge. Yep. So 43, spirit guides, loving guidance, inspirations, and trust. Yeah. So 29, you have been enlightened. Some people are asking why now. They're asking why. If I wanted to let you all in, like completely in, and I do keep a lot of really good things off of social media for a reason, because I had to learn the hard way. That's why I'm sharing with you all a lot. To please keep a lot of things off of social media. I could share a lot of pictures with people that I've taken pictures with, and just another part of my former life that I've decided to move away from, because I started noticing that there were people that I could help and say, oh, look out for this, look out for that, look out for this, and look out for that. So when you're that kind of a person that you feel like, okay, I can actually help people with paying attention to certain things, people notice that you could help. This is what this whole reading is. People notice that you weren't a stage, whoever you are, like let's say you're whatever you do creative. You could be a painter, and you could have done some things in whatever industry, entertainment, because it would be painting, would be art, and some kind of art that you may have connections with energies. People knew that you had some kind of connections. They knew that you are a star in some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? This reading can go on for longer and longer and longer. But like I said before, source is saying go outside and get some fresh air. You're extraordinary. You're extraordinary. They crossed over a line. There's no and, ifs, or buts about it. They crossed over a line in every way they could possibly cross over a line. So, and you just peeped it. You caught it. That is what I have for you. That is what I have for you. Let me see if there's anything else. You have the whole world in front of you. You have a lot of opportunities coming in. Lots of opportunities coming in. But you help to balance out things, right? You help to balance out things. Yeah. This beaver moon that we had, we're in new moon now. So again, happy new moon. This beaver moon that we had, this is why you put up a wall. That's why you built the dam. Like you built that wall because you knew how cold people were. You said, no. You're laser focused. You're making sure that, hey, however you can put an end to something. Again, this is 12th house. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 12th house so you can start putting an end to see these mixed messages, right? You are enlightening people. You are not practicing dark magic. You can learn about it, but people feel like, okay, we push their back against the wall. They'll do something dark. They did something. That was the choice they made. That was the choice they made. They cannot believe that you're walking away. They can't believe it. When I tell you eyes bugged out, can't believe it, they can't believe it. That's literally like somebody offering you a job, because this is what this is equivalent to. It's like somebody offering you a job saying, this is the best job you've ever had. Like, do you know how much money you can make in this position? Right? That's why I'm glad they had probationary periods, right? Somebody is saying, are you sure? Because that's what this is. Are you sure? Because I would have jumped at the opportunity. Yeah, that's them. But when it comes to being nurturer of someone that you love, and you see somebody trying to pursue their dreams, whoever it is, your child could be trying to be an engineer, and you could have retired from engineering, and you want to be right there to answer questions for them if they have any issues or problems, just to help bridge a gap. Some people, yeah, they would jump at an opportunity to hop in your spot in a heartbeat. What? I'll do it. What's wrong with them? Because it's money. Just because it's money. Here we had the Three of Wands. And watch, somebody's going to think if you have a platform, they're going to swear up and down you're talking about them. Nope. They shouldn't flatter themselves. Source is saying to you, you're taking a leap of faith. You're taking a leap of faith, right? You've ascended higher. You're taking a leap of faith. Yeah. Some energies, they think that they are so good at what they do that they can bait people into things. But no, all you had to do was go get some books and start reading and start paying attention. Nobody's going to know everything 100%. Just to offer some encouragements for whoever you are. I know this reading is really, really long, but it's really about learning for yourself. Everybody's not going to know everything. Everybody's not. That's why I say each one teach one. Don't just listen to what people are saying. Go open up a book yourself. Go read for yourself. Ask people who want to enlighten you and who want to teach you, not the people who playing games and treating you like you don't know what you're doing and what you're talking about. Right? Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Somebody has a leadership position coming in because you are a compassionate leader. You don't look down on people. You're really no respecter person, whoever you are. Yeah. And then here we have the Lover's card. So a decision has been made that you're not dead and gone. You were going through a transition. Right? And somebody is your soul. Somebody is a soulmate. Somebody is a part of your soul tribe. You know, that's trying to help you. You know, that's... that was who saw what people were doing. So somebody could be an engineer. Somebody could be an engineer. But I'm also seeing you're an alchemist as well. The Alchemist is a good book to read for those of you all as well. But somebody waited good into you. This is where you know it wasn't it wasn't sincere. They waited for you to go through a major life change. This is Saturn return. And that's when their karma started. That's when their karma started. Too laser focused on your material, what they thought was your material wealth. Thinking that, okay, this person, they gone. They ain't coming back. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, happy new moon. Like I said, new moon is a time for you to rest. And take care of yourselves. Really take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. All right. So when you feel like your back is against the wall, when you feel like you're confused about things, then talk to whoever you feel like you need to talk to. You know, talk to whoever you feel like you need to talk to. But I'm telling you, when you start noticing that people are jealous or they want to copy your life, go watch the video I posted over on the other channel. There's too many good people out here that source has, like I said, somebody has a partnership in business and or in love coming across your path. You got so many good things coming across your path. Yeah. The past is behind you. Go ahead and speak it into existence. The past is already behind you. It's already being taken care of. All right. Bye.